Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a daily plan, but also just pretty much a catch up on my planners. So today is Thursday, April 24th, and I am off of work. I also realized that I have not really looked at my planner since the beginning, since Saturday. When I kind of got everything situated and set everything up. And that's a problem because I feel like that's why on my off days, I end up packing so much into those days and I'm feeling exhausted because I'm not managing my time and kind of spreading out the responsibilities and tasks that I have. So I have made the decision, like I do when I'm writing in now, my emotional support notebook, and this notebook comes with me to work. Not every place, because typically I don't really carry a purse. I carry everything in my book bag, and if I'm going out, I just have like a wallet with me. I just recently started carrying a purse, and I wanted to start utilizing my like book bag purses that I have instead of just coming out with like an oversized wallet. So this notebook comes with me at work, and then I get a chance to jot things down. Today for my to-do list is so extensive, as you just saw. I just put everything on my to-do post-it note. And yeah, so I need to have a notebook that I can pretty much carry around with me. That's my planner, not necessarily just a notebook, because I have a notebook that I stick with me that stays in my purse or bag. And yes, I do make appointments on them, but the downside is if I don't remember to take that notebook out and put the appointments or whatever changes that I've made in my main planner, then it gets missed. And lately, I have been messing up on bill payments, appointments that I agreed to that I forgot about because I didn't put it in my main planner. And yes, I wrote it down. So despite my fear of losing my planner or like toting a planner along with me, I'm going to have to do it because I'm just not being productive. And using like this size, like week size or traveler's notebook size, is perfect for me because it would fit in like my typical book bag purse or the size purse that I carry. It'll also fit in my book bag for work. So that is what I am leaning more to. I will probably, because this Hobonichi now is my budget planner, which I think I'm going to love. As you can see right now, I use my computer. I'm not that savvy with the computer, but I use my computer and just made a list of my bills along with a list of my monthly savings. So it's my bill list is going to show like the amount that I paid, the date that I paid it, and the other list will have my savings, like what I intended to save, but what I actually saved in a category, as well as my budget for the categories, my expense categories, and my budget and what I actually spent. So I'm happy about that. At first, I thought I was only going to use 2 pages, but I didn't. I end up using like 4, and I'm not sure how that's going to pan out for the rest of this year with this, but I do have the very thin Hobonichi, just regular memo pads. That's the week size. So if I need any extra spaces, I'll have that, and it's not bulky enough to like bulk up anything. So I'm happy about that because I can easily just print these out, alter these each month if something comes off or needs to go on, and all I have to do is stick them in. So I'm happy about that. It used to be a time where I wouldn't even try to make or create anything. I just do it by hand and then get too tired and forget it. So I'm happy that I decided to utilize the computer, and this is faster, more efficient, and it's neater. So that's what I'm doing here. And So this Hobonichi that was like my memory keeper slash a lot of things is now my budget book, and I'm okay with that. Like I've told you, I love the weeks. Every year since I've had the weeks, it has literally been everything. I have not really not used it. So I'm happy that whatever I choose to change it to, it is getting utilized. But this will pretty much stay like this because this is a nice size for me. I am slowly realizing, I know in my last video or video before last, I was telling you all about finding a size notebook that works for you and then trying to fit your system in. And I think this is my size. And I say that because I keep coming back to it. Like I was utilizing the Hobonichi Cousin. I think it's a beautiful book. It's big. It's really, really big for me. So I stopped using that. I'm still trying to find a way to use it because I still have the half year to go. So I was thinking about utilizing that for like Bible journaling or like a spiritual journal because I just don't want it to go to waste. So that's something that I'm looking into, but planning is not going to work for me. I know that this size works. So I did order a Hobonichi Weeks. And I ordered a mega. I was going to get the April start, but I like getting a fresh one at the beginning of the year. So I mean, 4 months in is not bad. Well, I'll be starting in May. So like, yeah, it's not bad. Especially if I'm utilizing it, and that is what I will be doing. My stickers fit well in it. I do got some big stickers, but for the most part, my stickers fit well in the weeks, and the weeks is small enough to slide into anything. So I got it. It was a hard decision because I've been doing so well, but I also noticed that I keep going back to this size. I didn't show you guys, I don't think I did, but I actually cut down a composition notebook for my journal because I think I was realizing that I wasn't successful in journaling because of the size. I don't know what it is about this size, but it just works for me. And I think it's because it doesn't require a lot of space because sometimes I have a lot to say, sometimes I don't. So yeah, that is the update. I have Amazon Prime, so it should be arriving tomorrow or Saturday, but I'm using it for planning, so it's not like I'm so excited because I'm using it for journaling or something like that. It's literally for planning. And to be honest, I'm getting frustrated with not being productive. I'm getting frustrated with having so many things. The the um, the cover and everything, the Traveler's Notebook cover that I showed you all, that had that you'll see shortly, that has like all of the other things in it, like the notebook. I still am going to use the Traveler's Notebook weekly that I have because I do like kind of having that space to journal out, like sticker journal out, like what's going on for that week. I like having that dump, which is what this initial Traveler's Notebook before I switched it to a budget planner was doing, and I loved it. So I'm still going to use, but I already have a book for that. Like I have like a few of those from the past, and I'll continue to use it. But like having this list right here, then having to go back to this green one, I'm not being productive because everything is not coming over in the green one, and I'm essentially recopying things. And lately it's been confusing. So I know I said a lot, and maybe you all can really feel what I'm saying if you experience that, where you have like multiple planners, and whether one stays home, one goes with you, one is here. Sometimes writing things out, like important things, works for me because it keeps me accountable and it keeps it on my mind. But sometimes it gets to be overwhelming where I don't do anything because I'm don't know what I should do or what I'm supposed to be doing, especially if it's a difficult week for me. So this is the book that I was telling you I'm going to keep with. I believe I have another one or two, and I do like having like this week to just dump things out. So you'll see me just like catching up on stuff that happened this week because it's a good memory keeper. I don't do that. It's not like it's that much going on in my life, but it's some things that's important that I want to remember and track. So I think I'll also start tracking like things for my kids in here, and that'll be important for me. So that is what I'm going to have. I need to get a notebook now because I already got ideas for like what I want to put in my Hobonichi for like my all around planner, because I got a mega, so that way I'll have enough sheets. I should have enough sheets in the bag for like the extras that I need for like um that weekly outlook that I need. But it'll all be in one book, so that's good. What I'm about to put in now is, after work, I got off a little earlier yesterday because I had CPR training, and then I went back to the office for like a couple of hours to finish out my shift. But I ended up staying later because it was a client's birthday and we had so much fun. I love my job. I was telling my friend, I said, I am so blessed to be able to do something that I love to do. So much so that it's not work. I know some people like rush and try to run out of work, but I love what I do. You know, I genuinely love what I do, and it brings me so much joy. That was literally the highlight of my day. To see that client's face, to see how happy they were, to see staff like come together. One of the staff like went home and made like special whipped cream for the cake. It was just nice. It's nice to be around people that you know you're helping, and you get to see just their growth. But then it's another thing to work with such a supportive team that have the same drive and feeling that you do about your job, and just being able to come together and do an awesome work with people is amazing. I always urge anybody, if you're in a job that you don't like, sometimes we need to stay there for financial reasons, but try to make way for you to do something that you love to do. Because truly, like that saying says, if that quote says, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And I think despite the extra hours and days that I put in, because obviously I need the money, but it's easy because I love it. I love the work. I love it. I feel it. I love it. It's in my heart. It's in my soul. It's in my mind. It is me. So it's not really work, you know. Even when I do overnights, it's not really work. Yeah, you know, I do be sleepy. I need to like balance that out, but it's not like I'm angry doing it because I love it. So being able to have something in your life that you enjoy and that is bringing some kind of substance or a purpose or fulfilling a purpose that you have is important, because that in turn is how it affects us. It affects us when we go home. It affects us in our relationships. If we're not happy at work, and most people spend the majority of their time at work, when you come home and you hate your job, sometimes you're depleted. Even if you love your job, it can deplete you sometimes. You can be extremely tired. But when you don't like your job and home is also not the best, that's like a double whammy. So being able to like have a job you love or like, you know, but then also being able to have like things and places to go. And maybe places can be just in your car. Maybe places is a secret place in your room or your house. Places could be on a walk. Whatever you need to do to help you decompress and be able to ground yourself back to what you need to do so you can be the best that you can be, especially if you have kids or family that you need to be present for. So many of us are juggling so many things. So many of us are mothers, daughters, caregivers, our job and what we do might be strenuous and require a lot of us. So it's important to take care of ourselves. And I am learning that more and more. It's a struggle. It's something that I work on daily, but I also want to do more of some of the things that I like. And I know just writing and journaling and documenting my life and being able to look back on these moments are nice. It helps to get out of my head, whatever it is. So I encourage you all to do that. Even if it's something super simple, it does not have to be so much. And I know sometimes self-care is put out there like you just have to do so much. It takes so much. It takes so much of your time. It doesn't. It can start with 5 minutes. So even if it's 5 minutes before you go in the house and you're in a car, you just take 5 minutes to be silent. Or you take 5 minutes to put on a song that you like. Or you take 5 minutes to have a spiritual moment, or just a moment of silence, or a moment where you have a notebook and you jot down what was a high and low of your day. And being able to ground yourself before you go into the home, especially if you have kids, that the moment you walk in, everybody is waiting on you and everybody is depending on you. Being able to ground yourself and have that moment is so important. And I believe it makes all the difference. And sometimes I do it with my kids. Like it's 5 minutes of meditation where we sit there and either listen to worship music or we just sit there, or we're doing a stretch and we're just sitting there. I am trying my best to teach them it's okay to take a moment. Sometimes we need a moment to slow down and stop. Sometimes we need a moment to just breathe, and that is important. So don't let anybody tell you different, because yes, we have responsibilities and a lot of us wear different hats, but the only way that we're going to be able to be present and productive in whatever we do is if we take care of ourselves and have that moment. And I know it's something that we've all heard like 1,000 times over, but sometimes we need to keep hearing it until we're actually putting it into action. So let that be a goal. If you struggle with self-care, let that be a goal. Write down some things that you like to do. Write down some things that you would want to try, and then schedule it. Even if it's scheduling it in your phone, like 5 minutes. Schedule it for a roundabout time that you would make it home. 5 minutes to sit in the car. Or 3 minutes.